Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at compliments you receive unknowingly from others. It's been a while since I did one of these readings, so I thought, why not do it again? So, for your pile selection, in pile number 1 on the left-hand side, we have the Amethyst crystal with the 7 of Cups. For pile number 2 in the middle, we have the crystal Unakite with the Ace of Swords. And then for pile number 3 on the right-hand side, we have Goldstone with the 10 of Wands. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose the Amethyst crystal and the 7 of Cups, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at compliments you receive unknowingly from others. Please be aware that this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your actual reading, I'd just like to announce that I do have availability for personal readings in May. I do have a limited amount of space available throughout the month, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So I've already pre-shuffled your cards. We have the Fool, the Ace of Wands, the 7 of Cups that you chose, Queen of Swords reverse, 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands, the High Priestess, the Empress reverse, Page of Cups, 7 of Wands, and 3 of Wands reverse. So the first thing you're complimented here on is your looks, definitely. I feel like this pile is very physically attractive, since we have the Ace of Wands here and the Queen of Wands. And actually, while I say this, while I'm in your energy, I feel very hot in your energy. So there is this warmth you exude, and people could literally say things when you're not around, like, oh my gosh, pile number 1 is so hot, so spicy, like almost saying things like that about you, complimenting your body, complimenting the way you look. I wouldn't even be surprised if people said things like, I'm so attracted to them, but would they even like me? So I see something along those lines. This Queen of Wands card always reminds me of selfies. So people may actually say and compliment you without you realizing, where they say that you have a very photogenic face, or you're very photogenic in general. There's something here about complimenting your social media, if you have any. If you are a content creator, for some, not all, then they could be complimenting something around that. If you're somebody that does anything like photography, that is something people could compliment as a specific message for somebody here. Or just your photos in general. You look very good in your photos. The next thing I do see here is people complimenting your fashion style. And I do feel a sense of people in the same gender of you being a little bit jealous, but I don't pick it up in a malicious way. So I see them actually complimenting you and being like, oh my gosh, I loved pile number 1's outfit today. I'm so jealous. I wonder where they got it. But it's not like a malicious way. It's more like complimenting you behind your back and being like, oh, I'm so jealous. I wish I could have this of theirs or this of theirs, but it's more in a light-hearted way than a malicious way, if that makes sense. So that would be like people of the same gender. I see something like that there. And I almost see like people saying, because you're so sexy and hot, they would expect for you to be very, very much like thinking you're better than others, but you don't. So I'm getting that a lot of people do put you up on a pedestal and feel like you almost like are above them, whereas most people look at you and they sense that you're very humble. They sense that you're not somebody that values too much of the superficialities of life, and you really have a caring heart. You don't have much of an ego. You're very humble, and I think that is something people often compliment on, because it's like, because you're so attractive, they may have expected you to be a little bit egotistical due to your attractiveness. Whereas some people, I'm hearing the song You Don't Know You're Beautiful by One Direction. So some people think that, you deserve more compliments, you deserve to feel more beautiful or handsome or attractive. And not just in your physical appearance, but you deserve more of that feeling of feeling appreciated by others, feeling good enough because you are. I feel like you deserve more credit. That's what I'm hearing people say. Like you deserve to put yourself first for once, or, have a little bit more self-love, because it's kind of like people are viewing you as there's nothing wrong with you. And if you've ever had any insecurities, it's like, I'm hearing a quote. I don't know if it's from a movie or what, but Spirit is kind of showing it to me like a movie. So I'm seeing it like a movie scene of two women talking, right? But you don't have to be a woman watching. And the other woman says to her, "A girl like you makes other women insecure." I don't know if that's an actual movie scene or not, again, but Spirit is showing it to me like a movie scene. So it's kind of like people compliment you behind your back and say that you're just so beautiful or attractive that you make other people insecure, because the Empress reverse can represent that, okay? Moving on to the next energy I see here. So I'm getting your warmth. Your energy is something people compliment a lot. So whenever people meet you, even just strangers, where they don't yet know if they can trust you, of course, they're a stranger to you. They've just met you. But you have this kind of warmth and inviting type of energy. You have this energy that is kind of like a breath of fresh air. People compliment you by saying you're very unique. You're unlike anybody they've ever met before. And there's something about you that's like a rare gem that others know. They can see it the minute they meet you. They can see your uniqueness shining through you the minute they meet you. And that is something people often compliment you on: your energy, your vibe, how they love your vibe, how they instantly feel comfortable around you when they wouldn't usually with other strangers, how they instantly feel like, they can make inside jokes with you and feel like you're a friend even though they've just met you. So you have this way of not only being soft and gentle with others, but there's this warmth you exude that makes others comfortable around you, that makes others feel safe around you, especially if they don't really feel safe in their usual environment or around people, usually. And that can be, I'm seeing in their perspective, disheartening, like not knowing who they can trust. And it's due to their own pain, their own heartbreak in life. But it's kind of like you have this nurturing energy that soothes them, that makes them feel like they can open up to you. And you're comforting in some way. I really sense people will say you're comforting in some way. Maybe you give the best hugs or something along those lines. It's like comforting to hold you or to be around you. When somebody has a bad day, you always know how to bring their mood up. That is another thing people compliment you on. People often compliment your jokes too. There's something about you saying something funny or having a kind of sense of humor or having some inside jokes with people where they will start to repeat the funny things you said, and other people will start to laugh and they'll say that you're really funny. They like your sense of humor. People also compliment your authenticity, your uniqueness, like I said earlier, your gentleness, your comforting vibe, the softness you radiate and exude. And even when you speak, you don't speak in a very harsh way. It comes through as very soft. Even when you're defending yourself with the Queen of Swords reversed opposite the Seven of Wands. Because the Seven of Wands, in some cases, can represent defending ourselves. And the Queen of Swords can represent speaking our truth. So that's why I say in situations where you're defending yourself, where you're speaking your truth, it still doesn't come through as harsh. It still comes through as gentle, where the other person doesn't feel embarrassed. You don't want to call out a person in front of everybody and humiliate them. You'll take them to the side and speak to them about it privately, and you come across as very mature, emotionally intelligent. In the sense where you do speak up for yourself and stand up for yourself, but in a highly admirable way, in a classy and mature way where you're telling the person how you feel. You're not enabling their bad behavior. Yet at the same time, you're doing so in a way that they can understand what you need from them, what you expect from them moving forward, what your boundaries are. Yet it's not in a harsh way where they start to feel so bad. Maybe they feel actually they respect you more for doing it in that way because it allows them to not be defensive when you're speaking your truth to them. Communicate in more efficient ways. So that's something I've noticed firsthand in people. They will kind of get defensive depending on the way you communicate with them, also depending on the type of person they are, and if they can take accountability, keep that in mind. But it's kind of like people compliment the way you do it, your communication skills, how you're able to take a difficult and challenging situation where maybe somebody disappointed you or did something you did not like, yet still be mature about it. And that is something people often compliment about you. So in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoy my videos so far and would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to all my subscribers that have been here since the beginning. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful to anybody that watches my videos and supports the channel. Sending you so much love. Ray of sunshine, okay? The next things I see here. People often compliment your spontaneity, how you're able to be a little bit more of this go with the flow person. People compliment your loyalty, your good heart. Your heart is always in a good place. Even when it comes to people you don't like I said, you have that maturity. You see things in a much higher perspective than most people. And like I said earlier, you are a rare gem. There is a sense of people complimenting how you're able to take certain risks in life following your intuition. Since the Fool is opposite the High Priestess, and you did choose the Amethyst crystal. So there is a sense of, I'm taking a risk, a leap of faith, but I have done research on this. I have planned this, even though to you it may just look like I just decided to do this out of nowhere. I have a genuine passion for this, and it is something I've wanted for a long time. So I see you making certain moves in your life, taking action towards things you're passionate about, your dreams, your goals, and desires. And you're having this open mind towards this where your intuition is leading you there. Your intuition always leads you to the decisions your higher self desires for you to make. Not you desire, but your higher self, God, the universe, whatever you believe in. And it's like whatever decisions you make, even if other people don't get that vision at first, even if other people think it's too much of a big risk at first, or it's too much of a big dream, they still at the end clap for you, because I'm seeing clapping, cheers, something about that, celebrations. Three of Cups energy, where other people are celebrating your wins and seeing what you've accomplished. So people will often compliment your accomplishments, but not only that, how your intuition led you to doing things that you were meant to do. How every time you make a decision, it always ends up as the right decision for you, even if other people don't agree with that at first. I hear that you're not one to be put in a box. You're one that kind of stands out. You don't follow the crowd. You kind of follow your own intuition and your own heart and your own passions. And people will often compliment the passion you have for whatever you do, for the goals you have, that kind of drive you have to persistently keep going towards it and working on this dream. How you're able to think big about your dreams and goals and not shy away from letting yourself shine out. Not shy away from letting yourself be seen for your talents, the things you're good at. the qualities and skills you're mastering. So this could be within your career, your goals, your love life. I'm also seeing creativity with the Ace of Wands. Some of you could be very creative, where people often compliment your creativity. But they're basically overall complimenting the way you're able to put yourself out there courageously to a dream you have, a goal you have, and believe in it so much that it becomes a reality. People may also compliment your eyes a lot, your eye color, your eye shape, something about that. Yeah, something definitely about your eyes, your eyebrows, your body. The way you do your hair, hairstyles is coming through. I'm also seeing cooking or baking, something about the shoes you wear, and I'm seeing perfumes. And going back to what I said about your maturity, it's not just with people when you have a challenge or problem with them, it's also within the challenges you go through in life. It seems like you always have a plan where if other people put themselves in your shoes and think, if I had to go through this huge challenge, I would not know what to do. So people often compliment you on that. And also your newfound confidence. Because I feel like in the past, maybe you weren't as confident, but now your confidence is increasingly growing. Because earlier I was just looking at the Empress reverse, but then I kind of looked to the side here of the Queen of Wands, and I realized that there's this energy of something in you changing, where you're becoming more confident in yourself by the day. And people can see by the way you carry yourself, by the way you speak about yourself. There's just this overall change in your confidence, and people are clapping for you. They're very happy for that change you've integrated. So the next set of cards we have here are the Goddess of Self-Knowledge, with the essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. So again, that creativity is coming up for those of you that are creative. And her curly hair is really sticking out to me. So somebody here has very beautiful curly hair. But in general, I feel like your hair is something that is complimented a lot. No matter what color you have, no matter what, like, if it's straight or curly, it doesn't matter. Something about your hair is complimented a lot. Your hairstyle, since I mentioned it before. Then we have the Goddess of Abundance with I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. And then the last card you have here is the Warrior of Light. I have steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. So I'm getting this sense of people complimenting your wisdom, the advice you are able to give. So since you're so intuitive, your soul always tells you what advice to give to people. It's like you channel wisdom for them with, I don't know if you realize you do it or if you do it consciously or if you just can tap into people's energy and know what they need to hear. But there's something about when you give wisdom to people, when you give people advice, or when they just speak to you about situations, challenges they're going through, it almost feels like you really understand what they're going through. You can really put yourself in their shoes and also validate their experiences, while at the same time giving them really good advice that helps them see things in a different perspective. So one thing I sense about you is you're able to almost come down to their level of emotion in that moment and meet them at that level of emotion and sort of like put yourself in their shoes of how you would feel in that situation and validate their emotions and experiences. And then after they are over that emotion, you're able to give them advice that is from the higher perspective, where it's not from their own ego. So say, for instance, a friend is having another fight with a friend you don't know, and they're very angry, and then you're like, oh my gosh, how could she say that? Like, I'm getting that vibe. Or like, how could he say that? That's so not okay. There's a feeling of you validating their feelings, but then after they're through with that emotion and you've kind of like met them on their level, I hope that makes sense. then you'd say to them, okay, I think you should do this. I don't think you should retaliate. Even though you feel angry right now, I don't think you should retaliate. I think you should handle it in this way. And then they do it in that way, and it's always the best answer. So there's a sense of gratitude here for the advice you've given and complimenting that. You also have this youthful spirit to you, a youthful looking face too. Yet you're wise for your age. It's like you have this young, youthful energy, yet at the same time, wise, old soul energy. So that is something people will compliment a lot. People also compliment the fact that you're able to take steps to your abundance and choose to believe in those dreams you have. Choose to feel abundant. Choose to feel like, I can manifest this. So your belief in self creates abundance for yourself, right? Your belief in your dreams. Even when you don't know what steps to take, it's like the universe always guides you. Your higher self always guides you, and you find those answers within. And then you're able to take steps towards that courageously. So people definitely compliment that. People also compliment your ability to discern people, your ability to protect yourself and protect your peace in a way where there's this feeling of not accepting bad behavior from others, having those boundaries up, your strength and resilience, because you've been through a lot of challenge in life, yet you're so strong and resilient. You're like this warrior or warrioress. And even though you've been through so much in life, you haven't let that change you into like a person. I want to say this, but I don't know if it sounds mean because I'm hearing it. Okay, so I'm just hearing it. Okay, I feel that people will say you don't act like a victim. So even though you've been through a lot in life, you know your own strengths and you don't act like a victim. You don't stay down in the dumps. You try to change something if you don't like something about the way your life is going. You don't just stay stuck in that and complain about that, complain. So that is something people often compliment, though I can also understand where some people are coming from, especially when it takes time to heal from something, when they're down in the dumps. It's understandable, but I do also understand that we can't always stay in that victim place forever. Now we have to pick ourselves back up at the end of the day. So that is something people compliment about you, your strength. So this is what I have for you, pile number ones. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose the Unakite crystal and the Ace of Swords, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at compliments you receive unknowingly from others. Please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to announce that I am going to be available for personal readings in May. I do have a limited amount of space throughout the month, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. The set of cards we have here are the Five of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords card that you chose. This originally came out reversed, but I was guided to read both reverse and upright meanings. The Emperor, Strength, the Five of Wands reversed, Three of Wands reversed, Five of Cups reversed, King of Swords, and Page of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles. So one thing I will say, when I was shuffling your cards, some of pile number one's cards were also wanting to come out. So if you were drawn to pile one, you can also go and watch that. If not, that's okay. So the first thing I'm seeing here, Spirit is showing me Taylor Swift as an example. I know she's going through a lot of controversy now in regards to like her recent album and everything, but I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm talking about here is how she's able to take, for example, a breakup and make a song about it. And I know there's a lot of opinions about that. I don't really have anything to say about that, but what I'm saying here is there's something about you being able to take a certain emotion that is quite chaotic, with chaos here, and sort of like put that into an idea that helps you transmute the emotion, because I'm seeing the Temperance card clairvoyantly. So, in other words, let's say I was unable to heal from something, unable to move forward, because now I'm hearing these sung by Kali Uchis. To be honest, I can't find the song. I don't know what the song name is, but she says something along the lines, don't quote me, of like, I wrote a million songs about it or something along those lines, but I can't seem to heal the wound or something like that. So I'm getting this vibe like some of you could be creative. Some of you could actually like music, or people could compliment your music taste or your singing voice if you're good at singing. Or if you're a musician, for a very few of you, then that could be people could compliment the way you make your music or your creativity of some kind. But it doesn't have to be creativity. Uranus here makes me think of ideas. Ideas we take from our pain, from our wounds, and creating it into something else where we transmute that emotion. So let's say I went through something very harsh in my life and I wrote a book about it to help other people heal as well as myself. Help myself gain closure and close up that chapter, and not have that chaos be in my mind, but put it somewhere else on paper, for example, so that it's no longer boggling my mind, but it's somewhere else. So there's something about that coming through for some of you, not all. But if you felt called to do something like that, something where you put your pain in it and you use that idea to bring healing to yourself and others, 333 on the timer, then that could be a future energy I'm picking up on. So if you've recently felt called to maybe like write a book or do something creative or use any kind of idea where you are able to liberate your pain, the chaos in your own mind from what you've been through in life, and help others as well as yourself through that, that could be amazing. You know, people could complement that in the future. So I'm hearing fourth house. So there's an energy here of the fourth house within astrology, the home. There's a feeling here of those that are parents being complimented for being such a good parent. Or if you are not a parent, people could say you could be a good mother or good father by your qualities and traits. And you know how to make everybody around you feel at home. You may also be complimented on the way your home looks. Specifically your garden or the outside area, or just the way your home looks, the way you make people feel when you invite them to your home. Okay, something about that is coming through where people will often compliment that. Maybe even your neighbors will compliment you on something. People often compliment your ideas. I feel like you have unique, innovative ideas that not many people can think of. So people will often compliment that. And when you take those ideas, you're very mysterious with it. I feel like this is my pile of people that don't speak on what you're creating until it's done, until the end result can be shown to the world. But even then, you're still not one to brag. You have a humbleness about you. And there's something about that coming through where you keep it private, you keep it mysterious. You're the opposite of that saying, all talk but no show. You're actually showing people but not talking about it, not bragging about it. So that's the kind of energy I get from you, like with the Page of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. You know, like when you have a plan to create something, whether it have to do with your career, your love life, anything physical in your life, any goals you have, you don't speak about it until it's done. And then the end result shocks people. It surprises people because they never even knew you were doing that in the first place. People will also often also compliment your mystery in general, not just when it has to do with your ideas, just your mystery in general, how you're kind of like able to be in a social situation and not reveal everything about your life. And I almost hear some people going like, that's a smart move, because I'm seeing that meme. I don't know how to describe it, but he's like touching the side of his head and he's like giving that vibe of like smart idea, smart move. So people will compliment the smart moves you've made in life, how intelligent you are, how they'll look at something you did and they're like, I can see why you did that. That's a very great idea. And there's something about that, but something also about like you being in those social situations and being private and mysterious is smart because not only one, it makes people more intrigued and interested in your life. Two, it also prevents people from using information against you. So sometimes, we can't really be afraid of people using things against us, but sometimes if we reveal personal things about our life, we also don't know what that person's intention is when it comes to that secret or that personal information. We don't know what that person's intention is. So there's something about that coming through. Okay, I'm also getting the sense that people will compliment your intelligence, your ability to create abundance in your life. They see a lot of potential for you to do that. Some of you have this entrepreneurial quality to you, or this leadership quality to you, where they can see you being a manager or someone more higher up within whatever you do in your career, or they can see you being a CEO of some kind. Like there's this business minded quality to you where you're able to plan, you're able to have structure in your life. You're able to take sort of like the chaos of your mind and put it on paper. So, what I mean by that is not just like creativity, but let's say I have a million things to do and my mind is just like going crazy because I have all these things to do and I don't know what to do first. Maybe you're somebody that is able to take all those things in your mind, put it on paper, write the to-do list, plan, put it in order of most priority, and get things done. It seems like you have your life together, and it seems like you have a lot of potential, like I said earlier, to create abundance and success within your life, a legacy for yourself in whatever you choose to do, and you have a lot of strengths and talents that people see. If you are working in a specific place, your coworkers may even compliment your work ethic, okay? How much of a hard worker you are, and how you don't let your emotions get in the way of your job performance. So that is something I definitely see. So in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoyed this video so far, and would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to everybody that supports my channel. I'm sending you so much love, so much joy, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this reading. Okay, I don't mean to trigger you, pile number 2. Let me just put a trigger warning before I get to this next part of the reading. I feel like somebody here has dealt with a death of somebody close to them. And I actually feel like crying as I get into this energy. Something very painful to deal with. If it was not an actual loss of somebody physically, it could have been like losing a job, losing something important to you, losing a person in your life, maybe not physically, but emotionally, that you love dearly. And the way you were able to deal with that pain, I feel like you're somebody very deep. You're able to be vulnerable with the people you love and let them support you in ways. Yet you're also very strong and resilient in handling these situations and healing from them. For some of you, I felt a sense of a person that was close to you that you trusted broke your trust, maybe betrayed you in some way. I'm seeing the energy of the snake. So someone in your life was a snake for someone here, and the way you healed from that with Chiron, the way you worked through that disappointment, pain, healed from it. And the one thing people compliment you on is when somebody does you dirty or is untrustworthy, dishonest with you, you deal with it in a very mature way. You tell them your truth of what you think of the situation and how that's not okay. And you either distance yourself or cut people off very quickly. You're not one to stay in somebody's life after they broke your trust. So that is something people often compliment you on, how you healed from that, your strength, how you're able to bounce back from tough situations. Maybe not immediately, it takes time, but you always bounce back. You're very strong and resilient, and you always rise above those things that happen to you. And I'm hearing thank you next, like, okay, you showed me who you are. You showed me your true colors. Thank you next. I'm not trusting you again. So I see that sense of people complimenting. Also the fact that you don't take people back into your life that have wronged you, that don't deserve a space in your life, because now I'm clairvoyantly seeing mean girls, you can't sit with us. There's a lot of clairvoyant messages coming through in this pile. I also feel like people will compliment your music taste, your taste in movies or books or series. Like if you ever tell a person to watch a specific series, show, movie, read a book, it's always good, or listen to a song. I feel like people will like maybe sit in a car with you and maybe you play a song and they'll wonder what that song is, try to find that song in some way, or ask you what that song is. I'm seeing tattoos. So somebody here has tattoos and people will often compliment your tattoos behind your back. These top row cards, the males in these cards look very strong and muscular. So if you are a man that has been working on your fitness recently, a lot of people may compliment the way your body looks. If you're a woman that is very fit, people may compliment the way your body looks. And even if you don't gym or exercise, it seems like you do put in a lot of work into making your body look good. So there's something about people complimenting your body. There's something about people complimenting your sense of humor too. The way you're able to have comebacks with people that are very witty, and it's like, oh my gosh, I will never mess with pile number 2 because they'll give me a comeback that will make me even sorry that I said something bad to them in the first place. With the Five of Wands reverse, you don't like conflict. You don't like being in chaos. You don't like chaotic relationships or conflict or dishonest people. And I do feel the sense that you're intuitive, yet at the same time also intelligent and smart and able to see red flags within people, able to see when a person's dishonest, when they're lying, or when they're not being truthful, when they're manipulating. There's something about your sixth sense, how you're able to tell who is right for you and who's not, and the way you deal with conflict, but the sense that you don't want conflict in your life. So people will often compliment that. I feel like people feel like you're self-assured and not shy in social situations. They feel like you're very charismatic. Whether you see yourself like that or not, this is just how other people see you, and they're complimenting that. I'm also smelling food, so you may be a foodie, or you may know the best restaurants. I'm seeing somebody that travels or somebody that just knows the best places to go to, something along those lines. Or if you cook, people could compliment your cooking skills. Okay, I'm also getting something about being comfortable with your dark side, with your shadow. So there is a sense of like you not being ashamed or trying to hide the parts of yourself that others would normally hide. You're open about it. You're truthful about it. Maybe not with everybody in your life, but those closest to you. And yeah, it doesn't come across as like I'm being shady and trying to hide this trait of mine. I own up to it. So yeah, like owning up to it, not being ashamed of it. And that's something people really respect about you. Some of you have a dark sense of humor, and it actually makes others laugh, or the things you say sometimes makes people laugh when if another person would say that, they wouldn't laugh. They'd get offended. So it's kind of like you have this way with your words where you can say something and usually a person would get offended by that joke, but somehow you make it funny in a way where it's like the person's laughing, but they sort of feel bad for laughing. I don't know why I'm getting that message, but I am. You always seem to look put together, neat, tidy, put together. For the women here, you are seen as very glamorous in a way. And that is what people compliment you about. I'm seeing a crown. So you have this very regal energy and you hold yourself to a high standard. You have very high standards when it comes to dating, when it comes to your friendship circle, when it comes to who you let into your life. So those high standards you have show you know your worth, and people compliment you on that because you're not trying to look for anybody's approval. You're not just trying to take what you can get. You know what you want and you don't settle for less. And that is something that shows that self-assuredness. You're also able to shoot your shot towards things you want in life, and you don't seem shy at all, at least to the outside perspective. So now let's take a look at your oracle cards. So the next set of cards we have here are the Queen of Saintly Women with I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. The Goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. The Princess of Mercy with giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. The Goddess of Sanctuary with no matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Going back to that thing I said about you having those high standards, I also sense that you're not afraid to be alone. You're not one of those people that just settle for anybody, for having anybody in your life because you can't stand being alone. You're somebody that is okay with being alone right now if it means keeping your standards high to gain people in your life you actually want. Right now, at this point in your life, you're very discerning when it comes to who you let into your life. Because you've maybe dealt with people that were untrustworthy, dishonest. So that is something people compliment you on, but you also genuinely enjoy your alone time and your solitude. Within that solitude, you find your own sanctuary. You feel at peace, at home within your own energy, and you don't seem like you need others. You seem very independent, is what I see here. For those that wear makeup here, I do see people often compliment your makeup skills and how it looks good on you. Like the makeup you do matches your facial features. So if you're somebody that does light makeup, maybe it matches you well. Maybe it suits you well. Maybe the way you do your eyes suits you well. Maybe the way you do your eyebrows or the lipstick you wear, whatever kind of colors you wear, they suit you, or something along those lines. Yet at the same time, you always look put together, even if you don't wear makeup. So there's something here about your hair too that people often compliment, your smile. Again, you're home with the Goddess of Sanctuary, how you're able to have this kind of feeling of a sanctuary for others and make others feel at home and feel comfortable at ease. So even if it's not being at home, you know how to make other people feel like they belong. Like when you're in a social situation, if you see somebody's being excluded, you always include them. You're somebody that is always giving to the people you love. You devote yourself to the people you love. You have a lot to give. You're very generous. And that is something people really compliment about you. You're not selfish at all. You're very generous. And I think that's also why you're so discerning of who you let into your life, because maybe you've had unreciprocal connections in your life, but I'm getting the sense you give without expecting anything in return. One thing I'm noticing is the apple has shown up twice within the reading. So some of you eat very healthy, or you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and people compliment your eating habits. So earlier I was picking up on fitness, maybe you're somebody that's really dedicated to keeping your health good. That is something I see. I'm gonna Google the apple spiritual meaning for you since it came up twice within your reading. Oh my gosh, so in ancient mythology, the apple is one of the most sacred trees and symbolizes good health and future happiness. Since ancient times, it has also been known as the tree of love and is associated with Aphrodite, the goddess of love. So, Aphrodite, is the goddess of beauty, love, romance. People could compliment your romantic life, whether you are single or in a relationship. So, if you're in a relationship, people could say that your relationship looks very happy, it looks very healthy. And if you're not in a relationship right now and you want to be, maybe I could be picking up on a future energy, a future love that makes you very happy, where you're always giving to each other. I do also sense that people compliment your beauty since Aphrodite is coming up. Maybe some of you have her as a guide around you. You're also very alluring and you're very flowy. You kind of go with the flow of life. When you're dealing with the energies of destruction and chaos, you're able to move through it without letting it affect you negatively. I also feel like you're somebody that doesn't hold grudges against people. You wish for the best for people that have also hurt you. In the past, you may have not spoken your truth and may have been too forgiving to those you loved, only because you saw the best in them and were hoping that, you could heal something within those connections. But I feel like now, how I said you're easy to cut people off, but I feel like you don't hold grudges against people that have hurt you because maybe you're somebody that can understand why they were in that energy in the first place and have compassion towards their own things that they've been through in life that maybe caused them to become the way they are, not necessarily making excuses for them, but having this higher understanding to why they are the way they are and having compassion in your heart for them and wishing them healing genuinely. Yet at the same time, not being naive enough to let them back into your life. You have this gentleness yet fierceness about you that people compliment. I feel like some of you in this pile could be very sassy and people could compliment that. I'm also getting for the men watching your beard, something about that. And I feel like your fashion style is very chic and stylish. And it shows off the good parts of your body. Some of the women in this pile are very curvilicious. I hear bootylicious, okay? And some people have underestimated you and you've proved them wrong. That is what I'm hearing from spirit. So even those people will compliment you. Even people that are secretly jealous of you and in competition with you will compliment you. Because I'm seeing that scene from, I think it's a Cinderella story. I'm not really sure. I could be wrong, but there's a scene in one movie where somebody's like, love the dress, hate her, and they're like seeming very jealous as they say that. So it's kind of like even people that hate on you will compliment you. That's something I see too. Also, like, you're not afraid to show your love to people. You're not somebody to hold back. And I know in this society and day and age, it's kind of like cool to seem like you don't care, to be nonchalant. But you're somebody that really shows your love for people, even if they don't, even if they feel a little bit shy to show it at first, you're a giver and people really appreciate that about you because you move with authenticity in the sense that you're not holding back your true feelings. You're not ashamed of your own feelings. You're able to have that vulnerability with others and not try to pretend to be something you're not for them to get to like you. You're not somebody that tries to please others, it seems. Even if some of you have dealt with people pleasing in the past, it seems like you've really improved in that sense. And you've gone through a lot of transformations in your life. Where I also see something about abundance flowing in, a cleansing happening within your life, a transformation, you regaining your strength and power. And here where it says, I'm an ocean of creative energy, that creativity is coming up again, and I give birth to what exists within me. So mothers, fathers here, that is something people definitely compliment you on. So this is what I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Goldstone crystal and the Ten of Wands, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at compliments you receive unknowingly from others. Please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to announce that I am going to be open for personal readings in May. I'm only going to have a limited amount of space available, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing clairvoyantly, I'm picking up on lip gloss or lipstick but mostly lip gloss and the way your lips look when you talk. It's like people really like the way your lips look. I get the sense here that you're a ray of sunshine to others. You have a very sparkly personality. Because this Goldstone crystal that you chose is very sparkly, so maybe you have some of you have the sense of fashion style that stands out in a way where you shine like a star or like the sun, and you're not somebody that dims your light to fit in. Maybe some of you are not afraid to get overdressed or to be a little bit more glammed up, you know. There's a feeling here of I'm not afraid to be seen by the world. I'm not afraid to stand out. I'm not afraid to use my creativity to shine, you know. And there is the sense of some people looking at you and feeling a little bit envious of your ability to just shine out and not dim your light, yet feeling inspired by it at the same time. So it's a weird energy of like admiring it, yet feeling inspired, because we do have the Five of Wands at the back of the deck. Since the Five of Wands is at the back of the deck, I do sense that that is an energy that is not around you. It's not in your circle. It's very few people. It's not everybody, okay? What I do see here is people will often compliment your smile, your sunshiny energy. Like you're a ray of sunshine to others. You bring so much happiness and joy with just your presence alone. You know how to bring a smile to other people's face. You know how to bring this lighthearted energy. Maybe you also give really great and amazing compliments that feel genuine and thoughtful as well. And you know how to make other people laugh or just smile. And people will often say that you're very fun to be around. It's always a good time around you. It's never boring. And I sense that you're a very unique person that stands tall within your authenticity. You're not afraid to be authentic to you. And that is something people really compliment, because you're not somebody that follows what other people do. Maybe sometimes you take inspiration from others, but you're not somebody to try to be somebody you're not. You're not somebody that copies. You're somebody that sets the trends, is what I hear. Other people copy you. So I kind of get that energy from you. Like you have the star-like quality. And people almost sense this star-like quality from you, where there's something about you embodying that celebrity energy. And when I say that, some of you might think no, but some of you are actually content creators. Some of you are actually in the public eye. And people really see the way you shine at what you do. People really see you as talented in some way. Or you have the potential to shine and get recognition in whatever you do. It's like, I don't know if you have a very expressive face, but it's like people can see you in movies, or if you have like a very beautiful singing voice, people can see you singing. Or if you're somebody really creative, people can see you being an artist that gets recognition from that. I'm also seeing a diamond clairvoyantly, so it's reminding me of Marilyn Monroe's energy. I was going to say Marilyn Monroe earlier when I said celebrity energy. If you know, she always says diamonds are her girl's best friend. So there's this energy of you sort of embodying that Marilyn Monroe energy. You're very alluring and very sexy in a way, but you also have something about you. It's not just your physical attraction. There's something about you that just stands out, okay? And I also feel with the diamond, you've been through a lot in life. You know, when you go through pressure in life, challenges in life, hardship in life, it turns you into the diamond you are. It helps you find your power and strength, and you always seem to come back shining brighter. People will call you an earth angel, somebody that's so angelic and pure, almost too pure for this world. Um, Almost too innocent for this world. So some people see you as like a deer in the headlights that they want to protect, but they also know that you're not naive, because I sense here with justice, with the blindfold. Maybe in the past you used to be blind to people's faults and you were a little bit naive, and there's nothing wrong with that. I actually don't see you as naive in the past. I think maybe people said that, but I don't see that. I actually think you are just such a pure soul. Maybe you have roots back to the angelic realm in past lives that you can't. Some of you have dealt with this thing of like, I can't understand why there's evil in the world. I can't understand why people want war, why people hate each other, why there's all this kind of like war energy going on in the world, why there's violence, why, sorry to trigger you, pile three, but it's like some of you can't understand or can't grasp why we hurt each other as human beings. And because you're so pure and innocent in a way, and that's the way other people see you. I know we're all human and we make mistakes sometimes, but it's like people see you as very pure and angelic, where you couldn't even hurt a fly. And even if you have hurt somebody in your life, you instantly feel remorse for it and correct your mistakes. So that's something people see about you and respect about you. And you're always moving with honesty in life. So you can't understand when people don't. And I don't see that as naivety. I just see you in the past being so trusting because you wouldn't move that way. So now it's like you've learned who to trust, who not to trust. I feel like you've had a lot of people in your past that you had karmic connections to. Since we have the Five of Wands at the back of the deck, the Devil here, and the Two of Cups. You've had people in your life treat you really badly, be dishonest towards you, just treat you in a way that was unacceptable. And I hear that like maybe even some of you have been bullied, and I see a lot of people sort of seeing the things you've been through in life, and somehow the way you got through that, the way you grew from that pain, you took a unfavorable situation that happened to you, and you let that turn you into the diamond you are. You let that shape you into an even better person, into the person you are today. You're not somebody that gets vengeance or revenge on people that have hurt you. You're not somebody that stoops down to other people's level. And I sense that some people that were very mean to you in your life were very jealous of you. They saw something within you that you may have not seen within yourself, that star quality. And they may have been jealous of that, tried to tear you down. But it's like nothing can tear you down. What people are complimenting about this subject, pile number 3, is how when they look at you and the pain you've been through, and how you never let that destroy you or stop you from being you. Maybe sometimes you felt like giving up, but you still have that kind of spark within you to create something new, to heal from that. You've gone through a big transition and change here. You're not the person you once were with Six of Cups reversed. You've really shaped yourself into the person you are today, and your best qualities really shine through. So the way you've changed, the way you've kind of transformed from these harsh situations in your life, took the chaos in your life and brought harmony to it, alchemized that. It's like you almost went through hell and created heaven out of it. That's kind of the energy I feel here. It's like you sort of bring this feeling of heaven everywhere you go. I don't know. I really feel like this is my pile of earth angels, where people see you as a literal earth angel. Someone could even have said like you saved their life. Maybe they were going through a lot of problems in their life and you helped them through that, and they never gave up because of something you said. There's something about your story that is motivating and inspiring to others, where when they feel like giving up, they see the things you've been through, and then they feel inspired and motivated to not give up. Because if you can do it, if you can heal from those harsh experiences, then so can they. If you can move forward and create a happy life, even though you've been through those harsh experiences in life, and create new beginnings that are full of happiness and joy, then so can they. So I see a lot of people complimenting this, and this is the emphasized message here, how you're somebody that brings hope to others with the things you've been through with your story. Not just the things you've been through, but how you've been able to turn that around, okay? I think that's the emphasis of what I see here and what most people compliment about. A lot of people you may not even expect say this about you, like, I'm very inspired by pile number 3. Not just with the things you've been through and how you've kind of shaped your life and yourself, but it's also like you inspire others by just being you. Maybe you inspire others from your creativity. Maybe you inspire others from the way you're able to take action towards the things you want in life with the Eight of Wands and run towards your dreams and desires and kind of like not look back at the past but move towards the future with this goal-orientated mindset of like, I want to achieve this, and even if it seems like a big dream or goal, I'm moving towards this with a leap of faith and with belief in myself. And you have a lot of potential to create success with the Six of Wands and the Sun. These two cards are opposite of each other. So it's like, not only will you create success in this lifetime that people see in you, you're also really talented. You also have a lot of strengths that people see and admire within you, whether you see it in yourself or not. And I'm seeing a key. So you're going to unlock a lot of doors to that success and recognition. Okay, that is what I see. A lot of change is going to happen in your life from the kind of success you create for yourself, and it is definitely going to inspire others, and it maybe has already started happening. Or people see that potential when they speak about you, where they really see that happening. Okay, I definitely see that. Some people are rooting for you where you wouldn't expect them to. I also smell a very good smell, so people will often compliment the way you smell. I'm also now smelling books, so I don't know if some of you like to read or you have like good books that you read. Something about that is coming through. Or when I smell the scent of books, it kind of, not books, like a bookshelf woody type of smell, if that makes sense. It kind of reminds me of like a dark academia kind of vibe, or intelligence. So that could resonate with maybe some people here. I feel like a lot of you are very intelligent, and the things you've been through in life, even though some people were very, very much treated you badly, you haven't let that turn you into the people that they are. So something I've noticed within people a lot is sometimes we've been through things in life, and those people that have done wrong to us, we can sometimes become like that if we're not careful, if we sort of, how do I put this in words? If we let that anger and feeling of vengeance control us, we can become like them. But instead, you're still this cute, innocent sort of, people see you like this cute, innocent puppy, like that can do no wrong. That's kind of what people say about you. Like, you're very cute and innocent. Yet at the same time, right now, you're protecting yourself. You're not staying in situations like that, and you're not staying stuck in the past. Yet you're also helping other people that are stuck in the past, stuck in their pain, where they can't get through that. So in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoyed this video so far and would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. I'm so grateful for everybody that watches my channel and supports my channel, and I'm sending you so much love. So the next set of cards we have here are the Goddess of Discernment with I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. Then we have the Divine Mother with unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. Then we have Our Lady of Exalted Light I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. So, what I sense here, okay, firstly, I'm getting your waist for the women here. Something about your waist, like, when you wear clothes, I'm getting the word snatched, cinched in, like, something about your body. So I'm picking up on variations of energy here, not just like one type of body type, but something about your body is something people often compliment you on. And like I said, your smile earlier, and I'm feeling this very sacral chakra energy, like a sexiness that kind of exudes from you. But I also sense that you're not somebody that necessarily tries to come across as sexy, but you do anyway. I also sense that, like, when I was talking about vengeance and anger, I do feel like you accept that anger you have. You don't, how do I put this in words, Spirit? Like, let's say a friend does something to you and you're not happy about it, you're angry about it. Maybe you're not going to go and lash out at them. Maybe you're going to sit with that anger for a little bit and not push it down, not like invalidate your own feelings and experiences. You're still gonna sit with that feeling and not repress it, if that makes sense. And what I believe is that anger tries to protect us, tries to tell us what's not okay, what's not acceptable, where we should lie boundaries, where we should create boundaries, what is not fair as well. So sometimes our anger can show us, yeah, what is not fair, what has been done to us that is unfair, unjust, and where we can create our own sense of justice by speaking and communicating in efficient ways, of course. So what I do sense here is you're able to take that anger and take something good out of it instead of reacting with it. So you don't let your anger control you in a way, but you also accept it. You don't push it down. And that is something people really like about you, because it's not like you're coming across as fake where you pretend that you don't have those feelings, but you do. You're human. And I also hear like you own up to your mistakes. Something about that is something people really respect about you. There's something about you recently learning boundaries, learning that, you can say no to a situation. You can say no to an event you don't want to go to because you'd rather relax and take some time for self-care, or you have somewhere else you need to be. There's something about that coming through where it's like you're not afraid to say no to people. Because when you really want to say yes, then you're going to enjoy it more. I'm getting that. And I'm almost getting the sense like when you do say no, it does surprise some people that are used to you always saying yes, if you used to always say yes. And they can see something transforming within your self-worth where you're not afraid to speak your truth now. Where you feel worthy of having those boundaries up because you know that those that respect those boundaries genuinely respect you and have a healthy love for you. And there's a feeling here of you being so uniquely you that you're not afraid to be kind of like different from others and shine your light through that. You're not somebody that dims your own light or makes yourself small. I also get that you're a very busy person. Maybe you're somebody with a very busy schedule. Maybe you're somebody that puts in a lot of work and focus towards the things you want to create in your life. And that is something people also compliment a lot. I feel like you're very playful and carefree as well. You do have this discerning energy at first. Spirit is showing me like a cat, where like a cat doesn't come up to you and cuddle with you at first. It first susses you out, but then it's very cuddly and cute after. So maybe there's something about you that's very cuddly and cute, playful. There's something about your laughter that is so cute. People love to hear you laugh. Maybe even love to tell jokes to you just to get you to laugh. There's something about that coming through. Your strength and resilience, definitely. How you're not somebody that's judgmental. You're somebody that's very understanding. And you're not somebody that's judgmental. You're somebody that loves with an unconditional love to those that are closest to you. And I feel like a lot of your friends do speak very highly of you in terms of this quality and like them seeing you gain success. Someone here runs because I just looked at Nike here and it reminds me of like the actual Nike brand, and then I just saw the woman running here with the Eight of Wands. So I don't know if somebody runs here or does some kind of sport that people compliment. And people also compliment the fact that you're a giver in the sense that you don't hold back from showing people your love. I think that came up within another pile. I'm also getting okay, this is a weird message, but it's not going to resonate with everybody. Some of you don't need like any type of alcohol or substance to have fun or to dance or to just let loose a little bit. Like, even if you do go out and you do have a drink or two, you know, it's okay in moderation, in balance. But what I'm sensing here is you're not like necessarily reliant on it to have fun. And I'm hearing girls just want to have fun. So it's like one thing people will often compliment is how fun you are to be around. I do feel like if you're a woman and you're attracted to men, there are a lot of men that compliment you and like have crushes on you is what I see. If you're a man and you're attracted to women, same thing. If you're a part of the LGBTQ plus community, take it as it resonates. The type of person people you're attracted to may compliment you and crush on you a lot. And I do feel like there's a lot of compliments about your physical appearance too from people that are crushing on you and are attracted to you. So I think this is where I'm going to leave your reading pile number 3. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.